What is going on, everyone? Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite fighters in the featherweight division, Arnold Almighty Allen. This guy is hugely underrated, and he's been getting a bit more fan support and a little bit, I see a couple edits of him every now and then, some pretty fun little fight edits of him saying something funny, and then some, knockouts of his go on and stuff like that.
I've had girlfriends that like to dominate me, so I'm used to it, and sometimes I find a weird pleasure in it.
My bitch way better, my wrist out the motherfucker better. Bitch per K.
Again, really underrated in the featherweight division. He's 20-3. Really great record. Really great record. We look at his striking accuracy and significant strikes. Pretty accurate for the most part. He doesn't take too many significant strikes, so he's got pretty good, head movement, takedown defense at 75%. That's really great. Average fight time is 13 minutes and 37 seconds. Also a pretty good stat. May not be the fastest, but for the most part, you can expect him to get him out in the second round or third round, or really, take it up there. You can see here he is a, headshot sniper kind of guy. 73%. He does work the body pretty well, though. But for the most part, he really chops down people with the legs. Overall, just really well-rounded. I would say if there is anything that stands out the most is probably his striking. He has really fast hands for the most part. But other than that, he's pretty well-rounded. Takedown defense, jiu-jitsu-wise, everything, he does pretty decently well. If we look at his fight history here, he's had some pretty good wins, and honestly, his losses are really not that bad and aging pretty well right now. We look here, Allen versus Chikadze. Not the most crazy, fun, exciting fight, but Chikadze is a great striker and a tough opponent, and Allen got the job done. Allen versus Evloev, unfortunately, a very forgettable fight. And it is on Evloev's fault for that, because Allen is trying to fight and Evloev is trying to hug and hold, and typical Evloev kind of fight. Sucks he didn't. If he would have beat Evloev, man, he'd be up next for a title shot, honestly. But he probably has one more fight before we kind of get there for Arnold Allen, and I hope his next fight is kind of determining if he gets, if not title shot, the next fight is a title contention, kind of thing or whatever. Did I say his next fight is a title shot? No, his next fight needs to be a title contender fight, and if not that, then one more, and then a title contender fight. You know what I mean? Lost to Max Holloway. Not terrible either. He had a great main event against him. He went all out. He just get knocked down at the end of the final round, but for the most part, he didn't do that terrible. I know he got pieced up a little bit. Holloway did his thing with the striking and stuff like that on Allen, but Allen didn't look completely lost out there like against other guys against Max Holloway, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, he also beat Calvin Kattar. This one was kind of a weird one from what I remember. I think Kattar had some sort of injury with his sternum or something like that. Either way, it's a good win for him. Good win. May not be the most crazy win of all time, but it's a good win to have on your record. And hey, if you don't know the circumstances of that fight, either way, beat Dan Hooker in a really exciting fight in London. This is probably my highlight fight for him, honestly. I know Dan Hooker was coming down to 145, and he had it come down to 145 in a while, and he honestly looked really drained for that fight. But at the end of the day, hey man, that's Dan Hooker, and he took him out pretty quickly. But since then, Dan Hooker's come back, and that win is aging very well for Arnold Allen. He beat Sodiq Yusuff. He's had a couple wins over these. Oh my god, I don't even know who the hell these guys are. And he's overall just been doing really good in the UFC as far as winning, and this is his first fight in the UFC against Omer. He gets it by sub in round 3. So overall he's had a mostly winning career in the UFC. So I'm really happy to see that he is at number 6 right now, because that puts him, again, really close to getting to that title contender kind of thing, you know. So really happy to see that with him. Moving on to something that is very underrated that I think people need to check out, and hopefully I don't get any sort of copyright strike from Arnold Allen. I'm just, trying to promote him a little bit, because, man, this is a really hilarious podcast that they have. Check it out on Instagram, and of course I'm going to copy the links too and put it in the description so you can check them out as well, because this is a pretty decently funny podcast. I mean, they're doing prank calls. They have pretty hilarious stories about, England, London, that kind of thing. And overall, I think Arnold Allen is pretty funny guy. I mean, they talk about celebrity stuff, which is pretty funny. Prison hypotheticals. They're really funny, and they're really trying their best. And it is criminal that it's only at 387 followers. We need to get this up to 1,000 quickly, okay? Because this is absolutely ridiculous that these guys do not have a bigger following right now. Because this is honestly one of the funnier podcasts that I've been watching. These clips are great. I think these clips are doing pretty good as well for the most part. Kind of lower numbers. I mean, doing much better than me, but yeah, I think for the most part, I mean, these are pretty hilarious. Like, watching this one real quick. This one is pretty hilarious when I watch this on my phone.
I should be getting. If I come in myself and have a look in the lobby, because I've had this before on previous occasions. She's lost various items. She once lost our daughter. I rang up a place and they said, no, your child isn't here, and it turned out my child was there. I'm not having it again.
I'm seeing in the lobby, so you can come and have a look at this.
You definitely sounding like you've got her shoe.
Sorry?
You definitely sound like you've got her shoe.
No, we don't have anything in the lobby, sir.
That's what someone would say who's stolen a shoe.
You must have left somewhere else. Thank you.
Alright, mate. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
So
Why
good.
are you so defensive, but you haven't stolen this?
Tell the
So they got a lot of great clips. But yeah, I wanted to make this short little video. I thought that this deserves some attention.
He's like, got around.
And I've always liked Arnold Allen, but it's been like the like for me with him has been increasing more and more as I've been watching these clips, because I mean these are just great, man. These are great, really relatable, really funny, and I think you should check it out and follow it. And yeah, anyways, you guys have a great day. I will be doing my UFC I'll be doing the whole card breakdown tomorrow. I'll either make it in the morning or I'll make it at night. Probably gonna make it early next morning, and I'll get it out to you. Full card, all predictions, just like I used to do. Write it down and everything. So yeah, make sure to check that out too. But anyways, see you.
Nigga.